Hey folks, happy Saturday night. I hope everybody is doing well. And most of you are probably from the US, so I wish all of you a happy US Day. What do you call that? What's that holiday called again? US Day? What's it called again? Independence Day? Is that what it's called? Sorry guys, I'm Canadian, so but I believe that's what you call it. Just let me do this really quick. I'm gonna pull up. I should have done this earlier. I'm gonna pop out the. I'm gonna pop out the chat. So let me do that really quick.
If you're ready to learn the language.
Okay, I don't need to learn the language. Hang on, folks. Just bear with me. Let me do the pop out chat thing here. It's not working. Let's try this. Okay, it's not letting me pop out the chat. But anyways. I don't know. It's not letting me pop out the chat. Anyway, let me say hello to the folks that are here. John the Dark Wizard, welcome. You're going to go check out some fireworks. Awesome. The CE is treating me very well, Brian. I'm really digging it. Get a Pia. I'm not a Pia guy. I have played the Pia. My brother owns one. It's got that really wide, thin neck, and it just doesn't really suit me. But it's a great guitar. Dwight Bailey, how are you? Nice to see you. William De Silva, how's it going? Mitch Heyman is here. Hey Mitch, how are you? Okay, and there's the first jump. Rick Hefner, welcome. Quentin James, Quentin, you're missing Star Trek. Let me know, guys, if you can hear me okay. Let me know if the audio is good. And more importantly, let me know if you can hear the guitar. Let me know if you guys can hear that okay. Just give me a 1 in the... Okay, perfect. Thank you, Rick. Appreciate it. Does the guitar sound okay? The guitar is super loud. Oh, is that right? Mic is a tad low and the guitar is super loud. Okay, so let me... There. Just increase the volume. The guitar is fine, says Brian. Okay. BC Rich, how are you, man? That's an odd-looking Les Paul he's playing. Voice is low, guitar is high. Okay, so let me do this. Okay, how's that? Is that better? Yeah, I went to the dark side, and I got myself a PRS. So I've had a sort of a... It's not green, no. So I've had sort of... Voice is better, thank you. So I've had kind of a... I won't say love-hate relationship, but more of... you know, toying with the idea of a PRS. If you guys have been following the channel, you know that I had one a while back. Thanks, Dan in New Jersey, and welcome. So I've been toying with the whole PRS thing for a while, you know, to get one, and I did have one. If you remember, I had an SC, which sort of in the you know, in the echelon of PRS guitars is kind of the bottom of the barrel. And you know, the switch on it was crap, and the pickups were crap, and so of course I went and upgraded everything, and then turned around and sold it, because I don't know, I needed to finance something else, and I can't even remember what it was. It might have been the Friedman. I don't know. I sold it to pay for something else, and it just never really did it for me, and it had the pattern thin on it and whatever. But uh, years before that, and I actually have a video on my channel. It's about 3 years old. Hey Bobby, how are you? Where I had my because my brother's got one of these, and I had one for like a week, and I loved it. I mean, I loved the way it played. I loved the way it sounded. I remember at that time, I think I was playing with three different bands at that time, and I took it to three rehearsals in the span of a week and a half or whatever it was. And hey, Gussie, how are you, man? Gussie, you want to buy a Music Man Access? I'm selling one. Anyways, yeah, and then I actually had one on order, and it was at the store, and then when the week was up, my brother came to pick up the guitar. I kind of had to like decide, did I want to go for it or not? And for whatever reason, it was like this close, but in the last minute, I said no. And I think probably it had to do with probably the fact that I wasn't like I was playing it and I was digging it, but it had tens on it. So I'm thinking it might have even been, now that I'm thinking about it, it might have been that. Hey Janice, how are you? The room is tilted. Feel like I'm watching a Batman episode. Okay, hang on. Let me straighten the room for you. There you go. Only Glenn would pick up on that. Anyway, so but yeah, so I decided not, and I went back to the store and I said, yeah, no, I don't want it, right? And then but it was always sort of, I mean, I don't have to convince you guys in here, everybody and gals in here, you're all, guitar addicts, right? So that thought of a PRS kind of never left my head, and so I was always fascinated with the idea of getting a CE, and I sold my JMP 20. Oh wow! Well, now you can buy my Access, Gussie. So, anyways, so they went up in price a lot from the time that I was interested in them, and so that kind of put me off of buying one. But then I came across a store that had one about an hour away from me, and I went on their website, and they were all like, really expensive, whatever, and they had this used one. This is used, if you can believe that. This is used. And because it was used, it was like $400 off. So basically, this is about the price of the one I would have gotten like 4 years ago or whatever it was. And so I drove all the way up there and I played it, and I really liked it, and I love the way it sounds. The thing is, it's all about the sound, and I'll play some for you so you can kind of hear what I'm talking about. Anyways, then I went back the next week and I took a couple of things to trade in to this store, and that's when they really pissed me off because they were offering me like garbage money for what I was trading in, and they wouldn't deal with me at all, and I just got. And then what really got me was, and the store's called, don't shop there, but it's called the Arts and Newmarket. And what really pissed me off was when I was trying to get the deal, this kid goes, well, payday's Friday, and if you don't get this guitar, I'm gonna take it, and I said to the kid, I go, that's the cheesiest sales tactic I ever heard, man. Like I was just, they just like really rubbed me the wrong way. Long story short, I come home and I'm all pissed off, whatever. But then I start thinking about it, right? Like right now in Canada, and I'm always speaking about Canada, like to get this top, this is like the color that I like. If I was to order this, I would end up paying full price, and I would probably have to wait months for it, So it's like there's no way I was gonna find that deal anywhere else. So I hated the store, but I loved the guitar. And then I just had them ship it to me. So and then I decided to sell my stuff on my own, and I've already sold the HX effects, although it's still sitting there. But that's sold. Now I need to sell my Ernie Ball Access, so I have that up for sale. That's on our Craigslist, which is Kijiji here, and I also have it on Facebook Marketplace. So I want to try and sell it locally because I really am not interested in shipping anything anywhere. So, and I've had inquiries. I didn't get one today, but I've had one like every day since it's been up. But just a lot of guys kicking tires and offering me trades and stuff like that. Would you believe I went in bed 3 a.m. and did not fall asleep until after 7? Got up before 11. I'm tired. Oh, yeah, I guess you would be, Mitch. Guitar Addict who? I'm just reading the chat here. You still have one Marshall. What are you getting rid of all your Marshalls, Gussie? Is that what's going on there? Guitar Man 45, how are you? Welcome, everybody. You got 20 folks in here already. Thanks for coming in and checking out the show. Yeah, Guitar Addicts Anonymous. Oh, you're on the hunt for an early 70s Marshall. Ah, I got you. So right now, I have the K-Line Pure Sky, which is like my light overdrive, and I got some delay and reverb, and of course my always on EP booster. So let me go clean for a minute. So that's your bridge pickup, right? And then the beauty of the guitar is you can split the pickups and they actually are very usable. So here it is full humbucker on the bridge. Here it is split on the bridge. Right? And then you can go into the center and play both humbuckers together and you get this. You split them and you get this. Very chimey, kind of almost stratty, you know, telly kind of tone. Then I go to the neck and I get this. I split that and I get this. Right? And so that's the one of the big reasons why I got this. And then the other thing is the 8515 pickups in this I absolutely love. The color is just outstanding. Yeah. Let me show you this close up. Like that top is sick. I mean, it's crazy. So it's super versatile. So let me know if anyone has any questions about the CE. So where the CE kind of sits in the world of PRS is from the bottom you have the SC and then the SC Custom, which is the same guitar with a better top. It's offshore parts. And it's assembled offshore. Then you get to the S2, which is, it's still offshore parts. You're still not getting the American pickups, but it's assembled in the U.S. And I think it's got maybe a little better hardware or something. But where you finally get to the point where you have like the full-blown American, you know, everything American parts made in the U.S. is this. And this is what cracks me up. This is the budget. This is the budget guitar for PRS, okay? Because up from here, literally it's like the price is double. And then you get into the core model stuff, which is just like you're looking at, in Canadian money, they're like $4,000 and upwards, right? So it just gets stupid. And you get 10 tops and all this. I mean, how much better of a top can you get than this, man? You know, and they've got a thicker maple cap but they still, you know, a little fancier, maybe mahogany neck. I got a solid maple neck, like, but you know, sound wise, this does it, man. On 36 Solo, how are you? Mr. Back from Doing Time. There's a new name of the channel. Thanks for being here. If you like what you see, please consider subscribing. So, yeah, that's kind of where the CE lands. So, it's, somebody asked me about this the other day, because I am a Les Paul guy, as everybody knows. And how would I compare this to a Les Paul in terms of sound? If you take the pickup splitting away, this is sort of, the S2s are set neck. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention. One of the reasons why this is a budget guitar is because this is actually, it's a bolt-on. So that's another reason why it's considered a budget guitar. There's Dave. There's another new name to the channel. Welcome. If you consider liking and subscribing, much appreciated. I got a few new names in here. But yeah, it's so that's why it's a little less expensive, but it's not cheap. It's still an expensive guitar. In Canada, if I was to, hey PJ Kobe, how are you, man? If I was to buy this in Canada new, this is like $2,600. Okay, I paid less than that. That's why I got it, right? And the rub, here's the rub. This does not come with a case. They only give you a gig bag because this is their budget guitar. I kid you not. You only get a gig bag with this guitar. So keep all that in mind. It's crazy. But what was I gonna say? Oh, what was I gonna say? So comparing this to a Les Paul. So here's how I would sort of, and I am going to do a video actually probably in the next week or two where I'm going to A/B this with a Les Paul. And I'm going to do it, I'm going to make it like a game where I'm going to A/B the two guitars, but I'm not going to let people guess which one is which. So I'll play something with one, play something with the other, and then at the end I'll say, okay, which one was the Les Paul, which one was the PRS, and see if people can hear it. But to my ears, this sounds like a more sophisticated version, if you will. This is like a more sophisticated version of a Les Paul. A Les Paul is a little more of a blunt instrument. This is a high precision instrument. That's how I would compare them. Taking all the splitting out of the equation. That's how I would compare this guitar to a Les Paul. It's just a little more articulate. The notes ring out a little bit better, and that's the magic of these pickups. And for whatever reason, whenever I read online, like some people really hate these pickups and they take them out. I'm like, these pickups are awesome. I don't know, maybe my ears are funny, but I absolutely love these pickups. Brian Spalding, how are you? Jeff K, how's it going? Yeah, happy Post Canada Day. Yeah, thanks, Jeff K. July 4th. Happy July 4th to all U.S. What do you guys call that? Independence Day? That's Independence Day, right? Is that the name of the holiday tomorrow? Okay, pardon my ignorance, but I'm Canadian. But I think it's Independence Day, right? We're being attacked by Canada. Alex Lifeson played PRS and Gibson, so I'd say you're okay. Yeah, he in the 90s he was playing PRS. It's called Freedom Day. Dave says it's called Freedom Day. Okay. So what I've got lined up here, and if anyone has any questions for me, because I wasn't able to do the YouTube pop-out chat for whatever reason, throw a bunch of question marks in front of your comment and I'll be able to see them right away. So just to show you kind of what this thing can do, I got a few backing tracks here. The first one I'm gonna do is one of my original songs, and man, I've been practicing this because this is sometimes I write shit that I can't even play, and I'm not kidding you. And I had to relearn this song, and this song's really hard to play, but I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna do a play along with this, and when I started practicing it, I kind of wished that I had this guitar when I recorded it because this guitar would have been a lot better suited for that particular song because there's a lot of picking in the tune. How does that neck profile sit with you? The neck profile, thanks for asking, Dave. This is their what they call their pattern thin. Um, I would describe this. It feels a little bit wider to me, just a little wider than a Slim 60s. Okay, this to me is almost like a Fender neck, right? It's like it's very similar. Hang on. It's pretty similar to my Strat neck, my standard, my American Standard Strat. Very similar. The guitar, it sounds organic. Yeah, I got some PRS seeds and planted it in the backyard, Quentin, and this is what came out. That's from an earlier conversation, the organic thing. Will Smith saved us from the Allens on Independence Day. I don't know. I don't know what that means. Okay, hang on. Guitar Man. They're very nice guitars. Oh, you got a couple CEs and some semi-hollow bodies. Cool. Cool. Yeah, if you have questions, just fire them up. Where's my Tim Hortons? It's right here, buddy. Never leave home without it. All right. Where's Dave R? No idea. All right, let me fire this up and try playing along with this. You guys can hear this all right? You can hear the guitar okay? Basically, we kick the Brits out of the country. Done. Take off, eh? All right. So let me do this, and then if you guys, I have for those of you that are new here, I have like 12 original songs. I have an original playlist on my channel. Check them out. They're also available on Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, any basically all music services if you want to check them out. Some instrumentals and some where I attempt to sing. Okay, so let me give this a go. I'm gonna kill the mic and get out of my face here for a second. 5x5. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. There you go. Could you guys hear the guitar and hear the backing track? How was that? Let me just get caught up here on the chat. Okay. Quentin still thinks he's Mitch Heyman. Okay. Thank you, Dwight. It's you and Mini Mitch. Okay. PRS next. Feel incredible. Yeah. Okay, awesome. Okay, yeah, I was worried about the mix. So. Get your 80s on with that sound, man. Yeah, I wish I had that sound when I was recording the song originally, but sounds big. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So yeah, I am trying to, and not that it's a bad guitar, but I am trying to sell a Ernie Ball Access Super Sport, which is basically the Eddie Van Halen guitar. From when, it's the one he designed when he was with Music Man. That's basically the guitar that I'm trying to sell. Actually, it's better. It's the better version because there's two versions of that guitar. There's the one that only has a 3-position switch and it has a Floyd on it, and then the one I've got, it's got a 5-position switch and it's got the sort of their proprietary trem. But I mean, their trem works really, really good. If you guys know a song that I did called Escape, I recorded it with that guitar, and there's a part where I go full dive, and it doesn't go out of tune. I mean, it's a great guitar. But that's a Swiss Army knife. So this is a Swiss Army knife. So it's basically, I'm replacing a Swiss Army knife with a Swiss Army knife, if that makes any sense. Because I was originally going to sell one of my Les Pauls, but that proves hard to do. Okay, let me just... All right, the chat's not moving. Can somebody give me a 1? Just to make sure the chat's still working, or say something. Because the chat hasn't moved. Okay, looks like the chat is frozen. Oh no, it's working now. Just now I get a whole bunch of stuff. Okay, perfect. Okay, I don't know what's going on with this chat. All right. Hack likes Les Pauls. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, rock out on this thing. It sounds, it'll still do all that humbucker cool stuff, Oops. You can still rock out on it. You can, you basically do anything you want with this. Clean, dirty. I mean, you can do anything you want with it. It's a pretty cool guitar. The pedal I'm using, if anyone is interested, and hopefully it sounds good out there, is that's the Lawrence Petros 74 pedal. Let's see if I can do some Van Halen on this. You know, whatever you want. You know, put a little bit lighter overdrive on, see if how it works with some Zeppelin. There you go. Play Zeppelin on it, see if it works with AC/DC. Anything you want. Can't wait to play this at rehearsal. You know, let's see if it works with ZZ Top. Oh wait, I played that in the wrong key. Yeah, it works. Taking requests, folks. So yeah, whatever you want. Swiss Army knife, man. Any Kiss fans in here? Yeah, let me know if you guys have any requests or any questions. That was a really obscure tune that I played at the beginning of that. If you guys know that song. You're a major Kiss fan. That's one that most people don't know. Who's this Kiss you speak of? Are they classic rock? Yes, they're classic rock. I think I'm a little out of tune. Yeah. So I got a couple more things here lined up to play along with. Nice PRS. I recognize that riff. And when you were saying ZZ Top, I'm like, wait, isn't that... No. Making lunch. I think. Oh, you're taught "Sweet Child of Mine." I don't know that one. Han 36 solo. I never learned "Sweet Child of Mine." I don't know any actually. Guns N' Roses. I don't know any Guns N' Roses riffs. Off Destroyer. No. Making Love is off Rock and Roll Over. Making lunch. I like that. Rush. Okay, let me do some Rush for you. How many BTO? Hey, Logan, Aggies, there's a new name to the channel. Welcome. Consider liking and subscribing. BTO, man. I used to know how to play, shit. I used to know how to play, Roll On Down the Highway, but I can't think of it right now. Heck, you sound better with the Gibson. I'm playing like shit. Absolute Sledgehammer. That's a really good riff. I should learn some BTO, man. I really should learn some BTO. All right, PJ. Thanks for coming in and hanging out for a little bit. We'll see you in a while. Is that purple or blue? Love it. It's supposed to, people are saying it's blue, but I think you're getting the glare off the monitor. But it's more like a gray black actually, but I guess different lights will show different colors on it. But it's really, old man Dan, how's it going? It's really gray black, but I think it has that ability that, you know, in different lights it'll show off different colors. I always thought wish the PRS would do the same color headstock as a body. Laz, if you, yeah, so that's actually, that's one of the things that I'm not crazy about. I wish that was a darker, because it kind of throws off the guitar. It's all dark, and then the headstock is lighter colored. You have to get into the core models if you want a dark headstock. Yeah, the you won't find out with the CE unless it's like a limited run or special edition. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah. All right, I got a couple of tracks here that I'm going to attempt to play over. So, first one is kind of a Dave Gilmour. Oh, you like the headstock lighter? Oh, you like the lighter headstock. So you guys think the lighter? Yeah, I would prefer the headstock to be dark. But the thing is, it's a solid maple neck, right? Like the whole neck. And the other thing too, like it's not a gloss neck, so it's really comfortable. You know what I mean? It's just got that light coating on it. So, old man Dan, if I haven't said hello, hello. So yeah, let me try to play a little bit with this slow blues. It's a very David Gilmour-ish type of song. So for you guys, everybody knows how much of a Pink Floyd fan I am, right? So I jest. shit all over that one. I was doing that a lot better earlier. Sorry, guys, that was bad. Let me just get caught up here. Okay. Up. Sounds like since I've been loving you. Cool. Okay, Daniel Newberry, welcome. Greetings from Newfoundland. Wow. I'm in Ontario, Daniel. Welcome. It's Jimmy Page hack, not Gilmore. It says it's advertised as a Gilmore backing track. Yeah. Yeah, I was Old Man Dan. I was playing over this yesterday, and I was like, "Oh man, this is great." And then I just completely shit the bed. But you know, yeah, I know. Guitar Man 45, that was bad. I'll try to make it. I'll try to do better on the next one. Any videos with Pete Part? Yes, Daniel. Next week, I will be on Pete's channel for a show. And then in about, I'd say roughly 2 weeks, they will both be on my channel. And here's a preview. We're going to be doing a show on Extreme. So that's what's coming up. Lenny Lou, welcome. Welcome. Yeah, if you're new to the channel, consider liking and subscribing. Hit the thumbs up. All that stuff's much appreciated. 24 frets throws me off a little bit, Quentin. And what throws me off also is not so much the 24 frets, but the string tension on this. It's a little bit different, you know. So my bends are a little wonkier on this than what I'm used to on a Les Paul. That's what I find different. Guitar looks blue there. I'm good with blue, man. Blue, purple, you know, as long as it's not I don't know. A color I don't like, it's all cool. Got back from the fire. How were the fireworks, John the Dark Wizard? How were the fireworks, man? Let me just check my tuning again really quick here. One thing I might do is I might block this bridge because I need my guitars to stay in tune. So that's the other thing I might do is I might block it. Yeah, see, I'm a little bit out. Yeah, I'm out. Or it could be these strings could be new too. I don't know. There we go. Oh, PRS is stay in tune. Yeah, but see, I've got a trem on this, right? And it's not blocked. It's slightly floating. So I might block that and have it just sit flat. So I might jam something in there. And then that should take care of it. That should take care of it. Yeah. So we know if anyone's got any other questions regarding the PRS. How much does the look of a guitar factor in the versus the sound? What's for an electric guitar, Daniel? The sound of your guitar is the relationship between your pickups and your string. That's basically it. So the looks are just for us, you know, like we like the Les Paul shape, we like the and because they're different body styles and such, they'll have the pickups will be in slightly different, you know, proximities to the string. So that's going to make the guitar sound different, and the string tensions might be a little different, but really the look of it is but you kind of know, like if you know, there's certain guitars that have certain sounds, right? You know, and it's because of the way the pickups are with relation to the strings. Like a Strat guitar will sound different than this. This will sound different than a Les Paul. You know, so it's if you incorporate that relationship with the look and the layout of the guitar, then that's basically it. You know, but like That's really it. Did you enjoy the Kiss A&E special? Um, eh, it was okay. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. It was okay. There was nothing there. They didn't talk about. Well, there's a couple of things that they said that I didn't know. The whole thing about. I mean, I knew they had problems with Neil Bogart around the time of the Alive record. I didn't know that Neil had threatened them and stuff like that. So there was a little bit of details like that. Um, but most of that stuff I kind of already knew. Oh, for me personally, if we're just talking aesthetics, yeah, like if a guitar, if I don't like the way it looks, I won't pick it up. I won't even play it. And there's a lot of guitars that, that don't. Obviously, everybody has their favorites. You know, I for me the best sharpest looking guitar out there is a Les Paul. I don't think anything looks better than a Les Paul. Um, and then all the others. I mean, there's some other like I love the sound of Strats. I don't particularly like how Strats look. I think Strats are not great looking guitars, but they have that sound. So if you want that sound, you got to get a Strat. So, but yeah, I'm much more of a Gibson guy in terms of guitar looks. Like I like most models of Gibsons. I like the SG. I like the Les Paul. I like the 339. I like the Firebirds. Explorers are cool. This is a 2020 Guitar Man 45. Mitch Heyman wouldn't touch a Firebird. I walked past a Firebird for many years, and I made the mistake of picking one up and then going, "Holy shit, this sounds great." so of course the guitar addict in me took over. Paul and his poor ear. Yeah, Cecil Music. Yeah, I know. If I'm not attracted to the aesthetics, I'm not going to pick it up. Oh, you're a guitar player as well, Daniel? Cool. Cool. Yeah. I mean, Tellys for me, I love the sound of Tellys. They don't really appeal to me visually. I mean, for me, I've got the Telly that I think is the one that looks best, which is, blackface, butterscotch. That's the least offensive Telly. I shouldn't say that. They just don't do it for me. The only guitars that I love the way they look are like Les Pauls. And actually, this one is pretty sharp looking too. PJ and the Beard, how are you, man? Don't jinx me, Quentin. Don't jinx me, dude. Yeah. Have not appealed to me as well. Yeah, it's there's guitars like Telecasters and Strats that I own that I own them for one reason and one reason only. It's the sound, right? Because nothing sounds like nothing else. And when I say a Strat, like I mean a proper Strat with 3 single coils. Nothing sounds like that. Nothing. You know, you can't buy another guitar and get that sound, right? Unless you get like a Silver Sky, which is basically a Strat. But I just, if you want that sound, you got to buy that guitar. Same thing with the Telecaster, and I mean a proper Telecaster with like a lipstick and then a single coil in the bridge, right? If you get like if for me, and it's just me, if I get a Strat and I put a humbucker in the bridge, then it's not that Strat sound that I want to hear. I want to hear like a pure Strat, you know. Not that there's anything wrong with putting a humbucker in the bridge, but when I say a Strat, I'm talking strictly 3 single coils. Do I plan on seeing Priest this year? No. And I'll tell you why, Daniel. I went to see Priest it's a few years ago now. The Firepower album, I think, was already out. And when I bought the tickets, I was fully expecting Glenn Tipton to be there. And then it came out that he was ill with Parkinson's. And then I saw them with Andy Sneap. And I can't do it. I can't. I need Glenn. I need to see Glenn there. I don't have an issue with Richie Faulkner at all. I think he's great. And I mean, love Rob Halford. I mean, but I can't do it with Andy Sneap. It so disappointed me that I couldn't do it. Yeah, like see those kinds of guitars. See, so like the Jazz Master, the Mustang, the Jaguar. Those do like nothing for me, you know. And I know they have their distinct sound, but they're not sounds that, you know, like I'm a fossil. Like I mean, the guitar tones that I'm chasing are guitar tones from like the 70s. You know, not Nirvana. You know what I mean? Like so I'm gonna look at those offset guitars. You know, like those are the sounds that I'm looking for. So you know, it's all the classic sounds like the Strat and the Les Paul and Telecaster, and this already is kind of a little bit outside. But again, it's a Swiss Army knife, so. I need an 8-string bird. I played a BC Rich the other day. I did not like it. They had the flack with Kiss Alive being really live. Well, yeah, that. I mean, the Kiss Alive record is not live. Dan Degree, single, single, single. Yeah. Well, this is kind of an offset body, right? Because this horn goes, or you can't see it. This is sort of an offset, or because the top horn I think extends a little farther than the bottom horn, but I don't know. They do nothing for you too. My new identity is Fossil Hack. Yeah, yeah. No, Daniel, I don't have an issue with Nirvana. It's just like what I meant to say is those guitar tones from like, like where those guitars became prominent. They're not tones that I'm particularly after. So I tend to gravitate between to the more older classic, if you will, tones. So I mean, if you grew up in the 70s and 80s, you're the records you were used to listening to. I mean, 9 times out of 10, it was a Tele, a Strat, a Les Paul, an SG. Like Black Sabbath, like all my favorite bands, Black Sabbath. AC/DC. That's your SG. Led Zeppelin, there's your Les Paul, or Kiss, there's your Les Paul, or Aerosmith, there's your Les Paul. For me, when I pick up a Strat, I'm thinking Stevie Ray Vaughan, I'm thinking Jimi Hendrix. They all have their associated guys, right? The Telecaster, I guess I really, I don't know, first album was Zeppelin maybe, but the Firebird for me, that's a little bit different sound, but that's Johnny Winter. Like they all have their associations with me in terms of the sounds, and those are all the artists I mentioned are all like old. Yeah, see some music. I will always. You're absolutely right. I will always be a Les Paul guy because of Page and Ace. Yeah, yeah. So Daniel, you know what I mean. Sabbath is music. It's music of my youth too. Yeah, Zeppelin is tell equals Telly, right? Well, first album, PJ, and welcome PJ and the Beard if I haven't said hello. Les Paul and the Strat complement each other. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Usually, if you got a guy playing humbuckers, if you got two guitars, you want the other guy to be playing a single coil. And we're also when you're recording. So as I mentioned, I've got 12 songs out on Spotify. If you go to Spotify, hit Guitar Hack, you'll see all my music. And a lot of that stuff was basically that. It was like a Les Paul and then a Telecaster tucked underneath, or it was a Telecaster and then a Les Paul underneath. Like it was blending of those two guitars really gives you a nice tone. Which guitar do I think is the most versatile? This one. When I say Swiss Army knife, what I mean is like versatility. Like this will cover more sonic territory than a Les Paul, and the reason being that I can split the coils on this, so I can get. Yeah, let me take the dirt off. So I can get the. I can't do that with the Les Paul. So in terms of versatility, I think this is a little more versatile. Carvins. I don't think I've ever played a Carvin. I don't like the single coil in the bridge of a Strat. I kind of dig that sound, actually, Quinn. I mean, if you tone down, if you don't have, it depends on the pickup. I've got Fat 50s in mine, and the reason I bought it is because I can chunk on the bridge pickup of that guitar. It sounds like a ballsy single coil. So I'm good with that. Okay. I didn't like Nirvana, but saw artist Shamar Allen here in town. And guitar. I did it better than the Van, yeah. That's a good question. So yeah, the trem on this, it's not really, it's not really a dive bomby trem. It's like if I dive this, let's see. Yeah, it stayed in tune. There you go. But it's not really meant for that. This is more like just, if you want to just do like a little vibrato kind of vibe to it, I would probably rarely use this. I mean, I have it on now, but I probably will put this back in the bag and never to pull it out again. And I'll probably deck this. That's the next thing I'm going to do. I'm going to block this just for better tuning stability. And the other thing is, too, I need this guitar to go from E to E flat, because depending on who I'm playing with, if I'm at home playing, or if I'm with one of the bands I play with, if we ever get together again, oh God knows. But anyways, it's standard E, but my bar band, if I ever gig again, is E flat. So I need something that's going to stay in tune, and when I go from E flat to E, so I'm probably going to block this. Strap the bridge wire to the bottom tone. It makes for some great tones. Never tried that, old man Dan. Endorsement with Robin Guitars, and they were made in Texas. Robin Guitars. Never heard of Robin Guitars. Who's the most underrated Canadian guitarist, and why is it Randy Bachman? When you ask that question, who's the most underrated Canadian guitarist, my first thought is Randy Bachman. Randy Bachman, not just who's the most underrated guitarist, period. Randy Bachman. That guy's a freaking beast. Yeah, you can. So Guitar Man 45. So I have pickup splitting, or I had on my Les Paul Standard, but I didn't like the sound of it. It just did not sound anywhere near as good as, say, this one. So I mean, the beginning of the video, and if you watch my review that I did, the demo of this, it's got, you can split the coils on this, and they're super usable. Whereas the Les Paul I had, the splitting the pickups did not sound great, and it kind of sounded weak. So I eventually pulled the pickups out of that guitar, and I turned it into a regular Les Paul because of that. So the only company that I've come across that does a split coil and does it right is PRS. That's the only company. I mean, there may be others out there, but that's the only company that I've heard that I think are great and work, and I will use it. I will definitely use it when I'm gigging. Okay, so comment got blocked. Okay, I don't know about that. Guys in Slaughter played Robin guitars. Okay. Yeah, Les Pauls. I mean, Les Pauls. I've done gigs, and I've played nothing but a Les Paul and all pickup positions because I'm not just throw it on the bridge and do the whole night on the bridge because I play a whole shit ton of different songs and I'm working the Les Paul, I'm working all that stuff, the pickup positions, the knobs, plus the effects I use and whatever. I can do a whole gig with the Les Paul. I've done it many times, but I think this gives it the edge because it's got the usable pickup splitting. When do the bars open in Ontario? So I got a call to actually was it today or yesterday? So right now we're looking at gigs that are outdoor, like some of the bars that have outdoor patios. They're starting to hire bands, but just to play outside. So um, inside bars, like bars being open, where people can go in and stuff. It's still not that still doesn't happen here. I don't know when it's going to happen. We just went into phase two. I don't know if that's part of phase three, but if it is, it's still like 3 weeks away. So yeah. PRS is a lot more recently. I agree, they sound good that way. Yeah, PJ, they're very usable. As soon as we get rid of our dippy PM, yeah. Gussie, it's like we're. I think I heard on the news today that we are the slowest in opening everything up in all of Canada. I think we're like a month behind the rest of the country. Yeah, yeah, Daniel, I definitely, or sorry, Cecil, I definitely have to block this. What's my preferred practice amp? Um, I don't really have like a little practice amp. I mean, the closest thing I have is I got a little Black Star Fly, which is like a little battery powered thing, which actually sounds really good with a 3-inch speaker. I've got a review of that on my channel. It's actually very good. It looks like a toy, but it sounds cool. But usually when I'm practicing, honestly, right now I'm running. I've got a Friedman Runt 20, but I'm running a DI out to this mixer that you can see here. So when I'm practicing, I'm just usually playing out, and I've got a set of monitors here. I'm usually just playing out of these monitors because when I'm practicing, it's usually because I need to learn how to play some songs. So if I run it through my computer, I can play the song on YouTube and literally play along with it, much like I just did with that track earlier. So I put my trim all the way back and have 5 springs so I can drop D with no issue. Yeah, it's terrible, Gussie. Yeah, yeah. The border is closed. Yeah, yeah. The Runt Old Man Dan is the cheapest Friedman amp, and it ain't cheap. RX 7 strings, no, I can barely handle 6. I've never played around with 7 string guitars. That's not. Um, there's no music that I do that would require a 7 string guitar. Like I'm not into the gent or any of that stuff. I'm too old for that stuff. I I can't I can't get in. I can't get into any music that the vocalist sounds like he got kicked in the throat. Like any of that Cookie Monster. It just turns me right off. It could be the best music behind him, but if the guy's grunting or whatever, it just turns me completely off. You know. So like I like metal, but I like metal with guys that are singing. So yeah, I don't gent. Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just not my style of music. The heaviest I go is Pantera. That's about as heavy as I can go. And Pantera is old now, right? Yeah, I like some of the new metal, like some of the new metal, like the really symphonic stuff. I really dig. It's a band called Symphony X. Is that the name of the band? You know, but the guys, I mean, they're playing some really intricate stuff, and like I love that stuff. It's like it's just the best musicianship, the best arranging, the best playing. And there's actual singing that I can get into. You know, in terms of new metal, that stuff I'm good with. Cookie Monster vocals, yeah. New Maiden is coming. Yeah, I did a show on Fruitcake Tony's channel the other day on Iron Maiden. And in preparation for it, I went and I listened to the whole Maiden catalog. And um, I don't know. I'm good with everything up to about Seventh Son, and then there's the odd song here and there. Book of Souls, I did not really like. I think there's like one track on there that I like. I don't know. Some of these bands, um, older bands that put out new stuff, most of it is, nowhere near as good as what they did in their heyday. I mean, you can't expect it to be. The exception of that would be Judas Priest. The last Judas Priest record, I'd put that up against Screaming for Vengeance as one of the best fucking records they've ever done. But the Maiden stuff, same. I mean, even Kiss. I mean, they haven't put out anything good since, I don't know, Animalize. No, Revenge. Yeah, Revenge. That was like what, 90, 91. Top 5 guitar albums? You mean like instrumental guitar albums? You know who I was listening to recently? Pete Thorne, his second solo album, or his second album. It's got a picture of him on the cover and he's just kind of looking upwards. There's some good shit on it. Pete Thorne has got some really good solo or instrumental stuff. Really good stuff. You like the older Maiden, Half Face? Cool. Yeah. Hope you're okay with me saying this, but your vocal levels on your last few videos have been very low. Oh, okay. Thanks for letting me know that, Dan in New Jersey. Because I plan on doing, again, I'm gonna do one where I'm gonna A/B this with Les Paul. I'm just gonna use the humbuckers on it and go eight with a Les Paul standard, and I'm not gonna let anybody know what's what until the end to see if you can hear the difference between this and a Les Paul. Be interesting to see what the outcome of that video is gonna be. So keep an eye out for that. Probably be in the next week or two. All right. Okay, folks, I've been on here for like an hour and 20 minutes. Let me know if anyone's got any last minute questions about the guitar, about the channel, what I'm working on. There might be another piece of original music, but it's going to be a collaboration. My brother wanted to write a song, want us to do a song together. So we have all the parts. We just got to work out the arrangement, record it. Does that special PRS tone tap wood sound better than your Les Paul? I wouldn't say better. It's just different, Cecil music. I mean, it's just different. It's different. It's like asking me if my Telly sounds better than my Les Paul. The Telly sounds great. It's just different. You know. I'm not a Pink Floyd fan, Daniel Newberry, so I couldn't answer that question. I was never got into Pink Floyd. Oh, you were joking. Okay. Rick Danner, guitar player, welcome. Yeah, Pink Floyd's one of those bands that I just, and it's not for lack of trying. It just they don't do it for me. answer is Dark Side of the Moon. There you go. Laugh out of PRS tapping. Oh, you're talking about the wood. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you saw that video where he's tapping the. This will be a good one. Yeah, let's make this a core model. I'm not hearing anything. Yeah, let's make that a CE. Now I know what you're talking about. Yeah, sorry, Cecil. That went right over my head. One of the greatest mysteries of life. Hack not Dig and Floyd. I don't know. I just, somebody said, "Oh, you gotta listen to animals." And I listen to animals. I think I had a good nap. That's just doesn't do it for me, man. Hey, we can't like everything, right? I'm sure everybody in here is not a huge Kiss fan. I am because I have to be. I grew up with them, so like they're in my blood. I can't escape it. But I love Zeppelin. I mean, and I love the Beatles, and I love Thin Lizzy. Love Sabbath. Those are my bands. Love BTO. Canadian Content. Love Max Webster. Love Rush. Extreme. I can go on and on. Yeah, I do not own any Floyd Rose guitars. I did for a long time, but not anymore. Here, that sounds like Floyd. All right, I got one more here. I don't know if I should even try it because I shit the bed on the last one, but I'm gonna have to check out Max Webster. Don't believe I've ever heard of them. Oh, Cecil Music. Listen to Max Webster. If you like Rush, you will love Max Webster. It's Rush with a sense of humor. I mean, listen to the first record. It's called Max Webster. It's like on the cover, it's like an assembly line and there's these square heads coming out. Yeah, listen to that. It's killer playing, killer songs, killer arrangements, just killer. Absolute killer. Yeah. Yeah, they put out, I think, 4 albums or 5 albums, and there isn't a dud in the mix. But I'd start with the first one. There's a song on there called Toronto Tontos, which is awesome and hilarious at the same time. All right, so let me, just to wrap up the show here, let me see if I can redeem myself here with this last one here. All right. No cigarettes. No notches. Yeah, I guess he knows it. Yeah. Great song. It's okay at best. You don't like Max Webster, Rick? I don't know, man. How's it go? Check. All right, let me try this last one. Try to redeem myself here. I got one more tune for you. Yeah, I hope that was a little better. Okay. Yeah. Only hit a few bum notes there. Okay, I just get caught up here. Cigarettes, no matches. Okay. Oh, Gatto. Oh, Gussie. I love Gatto. Oh my God. Absolutely love Gatto, man. I've seen them. They're great. Actually, I don't know if you know this, Gussie, but the drummer from Gatto recently passed away. I think like 2 weeks ago or something. Kim Mitchell's from Sarnia. Yeah, yeah. Saw Max Webster in the '70s. Cool. Suiting me, eh, Gussie? I'm digging it. Best two Canadian bands in order: Rush and Triumph. Uh, I could think of a bunch of bands over Triumph. BTO, I would take over Triumph. Max Webster, April Wine. Yeah, that's all subjective. Yeah, somebody mentioned April Wine. Guitar sounds great. Cool. Cool. Back in the '80s, that was a Zeppelin cover band called The White. I saw The White. I don't know whatever happened to them. I have no idea, but I saw them. Yeah, I saw them in a bar. I need to use all the game? No. Candy bands. Lighthouse, the horn sections. Yeah, Lighthouse was like the Canadian Chicago. Or Blood, Sweat, and Tears. Which was Blood, Sweat, and Tears? I think they had a Canadian singer, right? I can't remember. Yeah, The White was cool. They were like the premier Zeppelin cover band back in the... God, when did I see them? Late 80s or early 90s? I can't remember. All right. All right, so I hope you guys dug that. Thanks so much for hanging out. What's coming up on the channel is I've got I'll be doing another video where I'm going to A/B this with a Les Paul, and I'm not going to tell you which is which, so you're going to have to guess. So hopefully you have the, if you think you can hear Les Paul over PRS, you'll soon find out. And probably in another couple of weeks I'll be doing a show on Extreme with Pete Pardo and Martin Popoff. We talked about that. That's going to be coming up. If you want to help support the channel, folks, I got t-shirts, I got hoodies, I got mugs, I got hats. There's a PayPal down there too. That would be much appreciated. If you don't follow me on Facebook, there's a Guitar Hack Facebook page. There's a Guitar Hack Facebook group where, people are throwing their links up there, for shows they have or videos they have or stuff they found that's cool, music related. That's all there as well. So check that out. I also am on Instagram. All the links below there, and there's an email down there as well if you need to want to contact me about something. Do I watch Rick Beato's videos? Sometimes, Daniel. I actually met Rick Beato in person, and he's a nice guy. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he's a bad guy. He's a really cool guy. He's nice in person too. But his when he's trying to teach stuff for me, that's over my head. Like, as soon as he opens his mouth, I'm already like, I'm already lost. So he's just so when it's those type videos, I don't watch, or I attempt and I last like 30 seconds. But when he's doing other stuff, it's not stuff that interests me. I'll watch. There's a lot of guitar channels that I watch. I don't watch a lot of the big guys. I tend to like the guys, the smaller guys, the guys in our community. I support. If anybody in our community is putting out videos, music videos, and they're playing, and they're putting it out there, I'm subscribed to pretty much everybody, and I'll always throw in a comment or a thumbs up or something. The big channels that I watched a little bit of Phil McKnight. Who else do I watch? Today I watched a Rhett Shull video. Whatever grabs me. I mean, you know. Yeah, I'm not a theory. I had Steve Stein, actually, Daniel, on my channel last week as a guest on my Wednesday show. I think it was last week, or was it the week before? Anyways, if you want to learn theory, that's the guy. Because that guy can, man, if he can teach me theory, he can teach anybody theory. And actually, and I'm not sponsored by Steve Stein or anything, but he's got a sale going on right now. A July 4th sale on some of his courses. I actually I've bought, I think, 2 courses, possibly 3 from him as well. And I think he's, for me, because I teach for a living as well, and for me, he's like the best, for somebody who's, doesn't already know a lot of music stuff. He's like the best guy out there, in my opinion. The other guy that is really good too is Ian Stitch, who I also met. He's a good dude. Well, okay, Mitch is saying it was a week ago Wednesday. Yeah. Steve Stein's a good dude for learning. Those 2 guys are good. But I feel like the best guitarists of the '60s had no idea about it and produced the best guitar music of all time. Yeah, that's an ongoing debate. Some people. And I don't. Some people think, oh, if I learn theory, then I lose my creativity. If you learn theory, and I mean, I had this discussion. Actually, watch the show I did with Steve Stein because this came up. Like I told him what I do, and he's like, well, whether or not it's just good to rely on the ear. Like everything I just did now, I relied on my ear. And he's saying that, but if you understand the theory and the chord progressions and all that, you're gonna know what's coming up next, so you can like be there and have basically more tools at your disposal, and play stuff that you wouldn't normally play. So I think that having theory, knowing some theory, just basically opens up doors, So I don't think it's a bad thing, is what I'm saying. Okay, Quentin, just stop it. Just stop it, Quentin. Quentin's yanking my chain. Charlie S., how's it going? All right. Okay, folks, I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks so much for hanging. If you've been here from the beginning, God bless you. And, so I'll probably be doing one of these live things. It looks like I'm doing them like every 2 weeks or so. So probably in a couple weeks I'll be doing one again. And, yeah, check out my original music. Go on my playlist, or just if you got a Spotify account or any of these accounts, just type in Guitar Hack, and I got 12 original songs there. And check them out because they need to be heard. I put a lot of work into them. All right. You guys have a great July 4th weekend to my American friends. To my Canadian friends and everyone else, have a great rest of your weekend. You guys rock. Thanks for hanging out. I'll see you next time. Cheers.